All right. Good evening or good afternoon from Comayagua. We're in Comayagua at Palmarola Airport. And my reason for doing this flight is I actually was just on this flight yesterday. And I thought how cool it would be to go back and fly the exact flight that I was on. And we were actually in a 737 800 model. What a nice flight it was. Weather, everything. We flew over Cuba. But I also noticed the weather, like the hurricane weather, did not really impact us. So we really didn't have any adverse effects from the hurricane. Um, we're going to go ahead. We're cold and dark in Comayagua. Welcome back. If you notice you haven't seen me, that's because I was in Honduras. I've been in Honduras, and I have returned from the mountains of Honduras, and that's some good shots of the mountains. They're really well done. This is all default scenery, straight out of Xplane. Although when we fly into Miami, that is actually custom airport. And I've been having had a few problems with my custom airport there, but it should be okay. Little observation I want to make about the Comayagua airport, and it's this. Let me free up my camera. Okay, when we come in on the Comayagua, we come in, we go up and have to go through our customs and our checks and everything. And then we have to walk out to what will be around the corner here, the pickup. And I want to compliment the guys for the way they did this. So when you come out here to the basically the driveway for pickup, let me see if that looks right. Yeah, that does. You come out to the curb here, and you're able to take your suitcases and everything. Anyway, and then there's this parking lot across the street, and it's got this really unique looking parking lot with the roof type awnings, the gabled, not really gabled, but roof type awnings, and that is all so identical to what is in Comayagua. So just an observation. It's just kind of cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to mention. Yes, I do. The way the highway comes around like that, where you have it's when you get off the highway, it takes you around this loop and takes you back to the driveway to get into the airport, and that's there also. So it's just well done. We're cold and dark here. Um, I am I'm tempted to go full checklist. And if y'all will pardon me, I'm not going to go this full. We're gonna do checklist stuff, but we're not going to use my usual checklist there. And so let's go up top. Okay, first things first. We're going to drop the battery guard. We're going to take the IRSs to nav. Fuel. Honestly, we'll see how much fuel we'll need for this flight. It's going to be pretty reasonable. For now, what I'm going to do that's different here than the checklist would have me do is I'm going to go ahead and start the APU. First starts 3 seconds. Wait for the oil light to come on. I'm sorry, a low oil pressure light. I meant this light. I had a brain fart. All right. While that's coming up, I'm going to go ahead and adjust things like I like here. Smoking sign goes to straight off. On. Seat belts to auto. I'm going to leave that on auto for now. I'm going to go ahead and knock the bleed down because it needs to be down. Okay. And the APU is ready. We're going to go ahead and start the APU. APU's up. Hydraulic pumps on. Window heat, although obviously window heat's not important right now, it's going up. Cruise altitude on this flight is 330. And we're going to go ahead, logo light, steady position light, collision light, and wing light.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
We're not about to go. Wheel well light is on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Okay. Flight directors are to the on position. And auto throttle arm is going to stay in the on position. Init ref, IRS needs to be set, so we're going to pick left or right IRS. Get some color. I'm going to go to route, flight plan. Load. Activate. Execute. Legs, I'm just going to double check it here real quick. We're going to go ahead and hit departure. Departure is going to be on runway 35, which is active. And we're going to go out on the AutoOrtho ARIT 1D departure. And we don't have a transition. And we're going to be arriving today on ILS 09. We get to choose an arrival. I think we're going to be on Davala, EY, Davala. Alright, Davala seems to be big on our radar with EY. That's perfect, yeah. So we're going to pick Davala. EY. We're going to execute that. We should be good here. Shouldn't have hurt anything. Alright. We're going to know that. Fuel and weight balance, airside services, and let's do a load OFP. I apologize, guys, for not taking something off there. I see what's wrong. The countdown was still on. So this airport, this is Palmarola, is really it's a clean airport. Very, very nice. I think I really enjoyed. I had to be there for a lengthy little bit of time in between my flights, layover, and it was very nice. By the way, we're going to be taking off today on runway 35, which is just where we took off yesterday, right here. That's cool. Kind of cool to retrace my steps here. Fuel's about loaded. We know we're going to be going out here, so that let's go ahead and set that up. Oh, my fault. I'm doing it the wrong place. We're going out on 3.5, so let's put that on 3.5. Brian, can you go ahead and get our IFR clearance from ground, please?
I can handle the IFR clearance for you.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Unknown, Alpaca 897 Yankee. We'd like to pick up our IFR clearance.
Total miles on this flight, by the way, 797 miles. That is really neat too. So the jetways are glass. They're glass like this here. So it looks just like the jetway. Oh, wish I had a picture I could show you. Well, I do. I have one. I just don't know how I can show it to you here. Okay. All right. Let's go to our numbers here. Pulling up our fuel. So our final reserves are, hold on, our reserves are 2,500. Right, got that. Our fuel burn for this trip is 12.1. Yeah. All right, buddy. Okay. We need our takeoff numbers. Hold on, I get it. So we're going out on flat. Whoa. Whoa. That's landing data. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Get a little. I was looking at landing data there for a second. I'm like, 30 flaps. No, we don't take off at 30 flaps. Oh, no, we're good. I scrolled too much. Here we go. We're going to go out on flaps, but still a little bit more than I suspected. We're going out on flaps 10. That will give our the center of gravity is 28.3. let's go to page 2. Get our runway winds. Our runway winds are 331 at 12, moderate at 12, 331, 12. We are putting that on cutback, and our flex temp is, whoa, 2.8. Okay, fine, if that's what you say. So for V2, that's a 147. Brian, did you ever get a response from departure?
No response from departure yet. I'll keep trying.
Departure Alpaca 92 Union would like to pick up our IFR clearance to Miami.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
I don't have to do what I'm doing right now on the course directors. I just have.
Alpaca 897 Yankee, Toncontin departure, clear to Miami via the Air at 1 Delta departure, then is filed. Climb 6,000, expect flight level 330, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.1 squawk 4415.
Turn that up. Said 4415. Okay, good. Got it. It's gonna make me read it back. Okay, yeah. Alpaca 92 Union cleared to Miami via R at 1 Delta departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain for 6,000. Expect flight level 330, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is on 119.1 squawk 4415.
Alpaca 97 Yankee, read back correct. Ground is on 121.7, safe flight, sir.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do cabin lighting, ready for takeoff and landing. I like the blue. The one thing that is real for true is back in the cabin. There's kind of a blue kind of tone, and these strips right here are like emanate a blue light. The 3 across on each side, all accurate. Okay. All right, let's go through this. Anti-skids are set to RTO. Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
I'll take over the comms, Steve.
Please get our pushback and start clearance.
Requesting pushback and start clearance now.
We're ready up front. Alpaca 897 Yankee, request pushback and start clearance.
Get some of our performance numbers and the clearance from air traffic control, and we should be underway.
It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back,
now would
relax,
be a good time
enjoy the
for
flight.
everyone
Should be
to
underway
review
here shortly.
the
Thanks
safety
for flying with
information
Delta
card,
today.
which is in your seat pocket.
All right. We'll get our QNH. It's 30.02. All right, looking good.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. How our legs look. So our initial climb, it has here up to 10,000. And from there, we just do a steady climb. That's the 10-mile mark when we begin our climb. So at 13 nautical miles, it says it's got us at 8,000. They told us 6,000. Something's wrong with that.
Are closed, ready to connect.
I think something's wrong with that. That's not right. QNH, by the way, when we set it here, it's we've got it set in our settings to set it to both our backup heading and our right flight director heading, our co-pilots, so everything's set.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake's released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Going for engine start on engine 2. Watching our number here for 25. Inserting fuel. When I was at the airport yesterday, like, you see that centerpiece right there that spins with the shape? This side here wasn't on, it didn't have one, and my concern was that it was not there. It wasn't there, it was gone. So this side looked like it wasn't there.
Complete. Set parking brake.
And I don't know how it happened, but it was literally scratched off. It was so bad. It was but you couldn't read, you couldn't even see the shape here when it was turning. So that was my only concern moment yesterday.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I will say this: when we flew into KMIA the first time, like we flew in on Sunday, we slammed the runway. I want to say we were at about 800 feet per minute on the landing. It was hard. It was a really hard landing. It actually did. I mean, if it kind of throws me, it's pretty hard. So, but yeah, 800. I'd say about 800 feet per minute. You know, most conservative case 700. But it was hard enough when those back wheels hit that runway. I'm like, man, I'm glad this is the strongest part of the plane, because it was hard. Okay.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, we're coming up. Here in our flight deck to Sim livery, Alpaca Airways. Thank you very much. Flying Scotsman. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and set our flaps to 10. Okay. Right, and both engines are set on continuous. Position light is set to strobe. Taxi light is on, and runway turnoff lights are on. Engine buses are both on, and APU is off. Engine bleed is off, and probes are both on. We're going to go ahead and activate fuel pumps. And Brian, can you get our taxi clearance, please?
Requesting taxi clearance now.
Unknown Alpaca 897 Yankee, request taxi clearance to runway 35 with information.
We're not quite out yet. Hold on. We're going to go to intercom, channel 2. We need a cabin crew, and we'll get us a professional cabin crew. Actually, let me see. Hold on. We'll go with Kajita.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight 203 to Miami. On behalf of our captain, Steve Good, and our first officer, Brian Song, as well as the entire
are we
crew,
taxi clearance yet?
Alejandro y Paellas y Haciendas García de la Torre, y Pérez del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid, I am delighted to have you with us today.
Alpaca
Please
897
take your
Yankee,
seats
request
according to
taxi
your
clearance
boarding
to runway
passes and
35
stow your
with
hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to any member of our wonderful crew. Thank you, and gracias.
Requesting taxi clearance now.
I don't know what the holdup is. Come on, guys. Let's go. Trying to. He keeps. Part of my call sign. I don't understand why he keeps saying unknown. We go to identity. Does that help? VCP 92 Union. So we'll do Alpaca 92U. Can I do that? Alpaca 92 uniform requesting taxi clearance to runway 35. What is wrong? Maybe it's on the wrong frequency. Alpaca 92 Union requesting taxi clearance to runway 35. Alright, forget it. Brian, try one more time to get our taxi clearance. We're somehow not communicating with our ground.
I'll try again to get our taxi clearance from ground.
Unknown, Alpaca 2 uniform, Alpaca 92 Union requesting taxi clearance to runway 35. With information.
See. All right. Okay. What? Let's see if I can fix our call sign. Airline is VCP 89 Union. How about that? Forget you. Okay. We're going.
Contact ATC. Request takeoff clearance.
Cabin attendants, arm doors and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board on behalf of the airline, the captain and the crew on this flight to Miami. My name is Khadija, and I'm your lead flight attendant today. Joining me in the cabin are my fellow crew members, Aisha, Omar and Fatima. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To tighten, pull the strap. To release, lift the buckle. Remember, your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position. And open your window.
I'm beginning to wonder if I need, if they cleared me at the gate, if I've been already cleared. Maybe that's it.
Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. If required, oxygen masks will drop automatically. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Your life vest is located under your seat or between the seats. To put it on,
To our left is military.
only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available.
I will say that flying out of this airport yesterday, it was a it's very there's not planes coming and going, but there was, when the flights do go out, there are a lot of people on their flights. I was on a 737 that was on full. So, all right. We're gonna stop up here and get our final clearance. See if we can. Okay. All right, we're going to turn off the taxi light, runway lights, and bring up the landing lights. Traffic Global is even kind of a little ghost townish here. Not a lot going on. Ryan, we're holding short at runway 35 and we're ready for departure. And could you please do a takeoff briefing?
We're holding short at runway 35, ready for departure. Here's the takeoff briefing. We'll be departing from runway 35, flying the ARIT 1 Delta departure with an initial climb clearance to 6,000. Transition altitude is 19,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 4415, and departure frequency will be 119.1. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Brian, if I could correct one thing, the flaps configuration is 10.
I'll request taxi clearance to runway 35 again.
Unknown Alpaca 2 Uniform, Alpaca 92 Union requesting taxi clearance to runway 35 with information. With information.
Brian, I think ATC's having issues.
I'll try again to get our taxi clearance from ground.
Unknown Alpaca 2 Uniform, Alpaca 92 Union requesting taxi clearance to runway 35 with information. With information.
We're not waiting. I mean, I can visually see, but they won't answer. Something is wrong. Okay, we're going to line up, and then we're going to do the last bit of our checklist here, because there's one thing we need to check. Okay. All right. Let's go high. I've got the packs to auto. APU bleed is off as it should be. Runway lights are off and taxi lights are off, and we have our landing lights on. fuel. Everything looks good. Yaw damper mist is on now. Alright, we're ready. Okay. I would take it up to about 40%. Okay. And 1. Forward pressure. Rotate.
Landing gear lever, up. Done. Left and right wiper, park position, max 200 kts.
Flaps are at 5. Flaps are retracted. LNAV, VNAV, autopilot engaged. Gear lever off. Steady climb, currently at 4,000 and climbing. It's beautiful. That looks good. Looks really good. Looks really good. Good job, guys. Okay. Anti-skid is off. Flaps are at back to 0. And we're up to 7,000 feet. I cannot tell you how like true to life those winding roads below us are. We were in a Tacoma pickup truck, and you were amazed that it would get through some of the spots we got through. You're like, he's not going to make it, but he would. Somehow he would. Okay, we just crested 10,000. Flat gears. Landing lights are off.
Dear guests, we are
Right, I'm going to go ahead and XChecklist. I am let's see. Can I just make it not come up again? XChecklist. I turned it off there. This should be okay. Alright, we're continuing our climb. We're at 1,000. We can go ahead and go to our NetRef and see that our ILS for runway 09 is going to be 110.90, and I can go ahead and enter those. 110.90. And we're not going to make those active yet. It'll be a while. But it also looks like our flap setting is going to be a full configuration at 147 for landing. There we go. Now VREF's 40 at 147. Okay. Configuration for the runway will be 092. Okay. And we're on our way. Hey. We're heading for the Honduras coast. Distance is 770 miles. Okay. It was a very, yesterday the winds were very smooth, because I was thinking we may get some hit a cloud cover from Hurricane Melissa or something. We never did. It was pretty smooth, pretty simple. Which, by the way, after we get to cruise altitude, I'm gonna go get me some Honduras coffee. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta get my coffee. We're all good. My passenger signs, by the way, are on auto. I did that just so I would not have to worry about it. We're going to go ahead and set cabin lighting to kind of a cruise lighting at medium. Should make for a nice comfortable look in the back. Let's go check it out. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice, very nice. I don't understand why it takes us up by way of what the waypoint would be SAP, and then, but we actually go like north to northwest just for a little distance, and then we take a right, which takes us back onto our path, our cruise path, and onto our airway. Okay. Right, we have reached standard altimeter setting time. Okay, there we go. So the next jet I'm trying to learn, so the 737 is my jam, I think here, but is the E175, and I think it's back to, I need to, it takes a little bit to get used to the different ways or locations of things on that model, but it looks like a fairly easy one to learn, but it's a lot more automated. Clouds look great. Yeah, clouds look really good on this. And what it's fussing at me for here is center tank is emptied. Didn't take much to do that. It's good. It's really good. Our current altitude's 270. We're still climbing to 350. We've been in flight for 17 minutes. So it looks like total time to get up to cruise altitude is, I don't know, gonna be around 22 minutes. Maybe a little longer. We're currently heading toward Rubra, and then we'll hit the airway at Roa, and hit what equates to the highway. And we will be going directly over Cuba. Are you okay? Are you okay? Very good. We're riding above the clouds here. Alpaca 897 Union is at uh, 330.
Dear guests, we are now at cruising altitude and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. We have some delightful options for you today, including our signature spiced chicken wraps and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, we will also have selected items from our airline shop available for you to browse. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Brian, you want to check in with center, see if you can make contact.
Checking in with Center now.
Center, Alpaca 2 Uniform Union checking in with Center at flight level 330.
We're going to take drastic measures on Say Intentions. Something's wrong. Let's kick out of Say Intentions, and we're going to go back in.
Delta 5518, contact the Goldstone approach on 121.0.
Goldstone approach on 121.0, Delta 5518.
It looks like we're back in touch. Okay. Alpaca 897 Union, radio check. Okay. All right. So we're in good shape now. So we're currently at 330, flying toward Miami. I will see if I can bring up Navigraph for you. I can. So there we are. Okay. We're 693 miles from our destination. Not quite at. We'll have one one little turn coming up. Cockpit, I mean the seatbelt light is off. She's already made the announcement, but I made sure the light was actually off. All right. All right. We're just at cruise altitude for a considerable distance, and I guess I could hurry it along if I wanted to, but we'll go ahead and just let it ride. I'll do it just like I did yesterday. So it wasn't a very long flight, by the way, on the 737. You have leg room on the 737. When I got to the E175, not so much so. Although I think I would enjoy, as I get used to flying the E175, just knowing where everything is. I think it's going to be a little bit more fun to fly. All right. How far are we from our waypoint? About 10 miles from Roa. What's our weather look like? All right, here comes the turn. Clouds look great. Clouds look ominous. Ooh, that looks rough. Do not know where this is. Let's see, what is this? I'm over an island. I'm Juan Manuel Calvez, MHRO. I remember that airport, MHRO. All right, I'm feeding the cat.
Hey, Captain Steve. First Officer Brian, would you like anything to drink or a small snack? If you look a bit more awake in a minute, that's my doing.
Coffee with half and half.
Say again, please.
Coffee with half and half, please.
Certainly, Captain. I'll bring that coffee with half and half right away.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Center on 124.3.
Contacting Center on 124.3. Alpaca 2 uniform. Center, Alpaca 2 uniform, good afternoon, maintaining flight level 330.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Center identified, good afternoon. America, that's Alpha 447 Heavy, ready for descent. Tampa 4257, descend via Eagle 2 into El Salvador. Via Eagle 2 into El Salvador, Tampa 4257 Heavy.
I think someone made an observation about there's flickering in the cockpit, but I think now that I look at it, I just saw the comment. I went back and checked it. It is it's not actually flickering. It's the reflection of the light, the sunlight in the cockpit, and it's glare. It's actually glare. So okay, so it's not actually. It's not flickering. It's not like since like right here, what I see, it's actually the light reflection of the light coming in. So, by the way, I do think, though, when it gets down to it, so what does Microsoft have and what does Xplane 12 have? So I'm thinking close to the ground. That's what I put the comment. Close to the ground, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 has an edge on graphically what it looks like. I think that looks a little better. But nighttime flying, like anything, like the lighting, the illumination, looks much more believable and realistic on Xplane 12. I think Microsoft can't hold a candle to that. And in terms of the physics, is they get tired of hearing physics, but the physics model always goes on the side of Xplane 12 because it's actually pilots wanting a realistic kind of experience, not a arcade-ish experience. So I think Xplane 12 has it on that side. That goes for any time, any comparisons always fall on the Xplane side there. And lately, the more I've seen of Xplane 12 in the past 3 betas, wow, I think any doubt that I may have had is kind of dried up. Heading bug. Alright. So that's why I typically, I did actually, okay, so when Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 came out, it was, the big hype and the 20 and 30 minute loads. And I got to the point where I just said, forget this, I've got all this, I had an investment in what I had with Xplane, but I was really wanting to give it a best shot, and I finally said forget it and submitted for a refund, and I got a refund for it. So for those who now say it's, all those problems kind of went away and it's doing great, I think that's great. I don't, I've got nothing against Microsoft Flight Sim, but I'm not moving over to it. I really like Xplane 12. Really enjoy it. I have some challenges sometimes. Yeah, there's always some. There could be something, but you just work through them and enjoy the product. It's good. I mean, the experience seems realistic, so I'm good. Yeah, this time of the day though in the cockpit, I think it really is bad. Sunlight's awful. The kind of that blistering, burning sunlight. It doesn't look good. And heat, the like. How are we doing? We're 394 miles outside of Miami. That's not much. Not much. We're doing good. Well, in fact, why don't we throttle up a little bit? See what I mean about the heat? That's not flickering. Not at all. Just heat and reflection. Okay. If we go speed intervention, I'm going to go to Mach 0.81. We're going to hide the wheel. And let's look at our legs, actually our descent information, forecast, and do a request for winds. Got it. Okay. And QNH. And Miami is 3001, so it's not much different than what I have now, 30.01. Okay. And we're 305 nautical miles from top of descent for our descent. Uh-oh. Let's fix that. Plenty of time. Cool. We're good. We had a discontinuity. I missed it, but it's fixed. We're good.
Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 330.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Havana Center identified. Good afternoon.
We're actually hour and 4 minutes into flight, so we actually have a little bit of time left. Brian, what is our speed in knots and miles per hour?
Our speed is 476 knots.
What is our speed in miles per hour?
Our speed is approximately 548 miles per hour.
We're making a really good time. Really good time. It's good. See our approach. We're all set. coming in on ILS 09. Back. Okay. All right. What if we go to final? Yeah. We need to check our elevation at Miami, which is 9 feet. 9 feet. We've got this set to 0, and we're good. Seat belts are off. I'm going to put seat belts on auto. It's easier to keep up with. I was about my seat yesterday, around 14F, Frank. I do not like that. I do not like that. That's the one thing I think I found that I really don't like, particularly on the Zibo, and that's the seat numbers aren't accurate. I want to check that on the Airbus the next time. I'm curious. I do not like that. I want it to be accurate. Yes. We're close to passing over Cuba. In fact, there should be something out to our right side below. Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to get on the aircraft carrier for this one. Where is Hurricane Lucy? Where is Hurricane Melissa?
Alpaca 9-2 uniform, expect the Sandbar 3 arrival. Descent coming up in about 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner. Cleared direct Sandbar.
Cleared direct Sandbar. Expect Sandbar 3 arrival. Descent in about 20 minutes. Alpaca 2 uniform.
All right, our arrival right now is Devalia. Okay, I changed it. That's fine. Sandbar. Okay, so I think the comments earlier, honestly, all input is welcomed here, but I think AKA was trying to say that there was a flicker on cockpit, in the cockpit here on this aircraft. And when I came back into the cockpit, I realized it's not a flicker. That's it's a combination of the heat and glare and the sun. I don't think that's flicker. And if you think it is, that's fine. If it bothers you, that's fine. But I don't think it's it's not flicker. like that's not like a video flicker at all. All right. We're gonna knock our transition altitude down to 18,000. Oh, need to change our arrival to Sandbar. Whoa. What's wrong there? Why are you doing that? Let me try that. Let me test that. Land. Why would it do that? Okay, let's try it. Step it. What did I just do to fix that? Because it did fix it. Okay, that's good. Something was definitely wrong there for a minute. It's not anymore. Alright, it says here we're 145 nautical miles from top of descent, but if they want to try to descend us earlier, I would actually, I'd accept it. Okay, we got EWA, J-Box. Where's J-Box? I see Kanoa, and I don't need it. I really don't need J-Box.
Alpaca
Alpaca 92 uniform, direct sandbar, then as filed, please.
Did you hear that? Direct sandbar, Alpaca 92 Union. Alright, it's taking us direct to sandbar. We'll take it. I will take it. I'll take it. While I still have I may not have a great distance to cover.
Coffee supply was almost gone, but I heroically saved what could be saved. Would you like anything else, Captain Steve? First Officer Brian.
That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Steve. I appreciate the update.
Southwest 24 Havana Center, good evening.
Beautiful. Beautiful sun. We got over Cuba quick. That's good. I don't want them to get trigger happy. So we're going to go back to no speed intervention. And we're going to watch for permission to descend from here. And we're currently direct sandbar. You have to be at church for practice. What, not till 7? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. So we're ready for descent. We as soon as VNAV's ready, I'm ready. Weather's been good. Our winds are we have a tailwind, 42 knot tailwind at the moment, so that's good. It's made for an easy flight. All right, so currently at about 170 miles outside of Miami, a 45 knot tailwind at 330, and they're closing in on our descent. I'm going to go ahead and put the seatbelt sign on. The seatbelt sign is on.
Okay, Captain. I will inform the cabin crew to ensure all passengers have their seatbelts fastened.
Fuel looks good right now. We're kind of in great shape. It's great shape overall. Engines look good. Coffee looks good. We're good. We have our course headings are set. We can go ahead and set our anti-skid to 2, and we can do our descent. Here, let me confuse the people. Performance landing, runway is 09. Dry pavement. QNH is 30.01. And 147, so we're gonna put 147.
With you at 7,600 for 6,000. Golf 8844, descend 6,000. Starship 514, Romeo Sierra with hotel. Request VFR with flight following to Nassau.
Alpaca 92 uniform, descend via Sandbar 3 into Miami, altimeter 29 or 9 or 8.
Descend via Sandbar 3 into Miami, altimeter 29 or 9 or 8, Alpaca 2 uniform.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Miami Center on 133.5.
Contacting Miami Center on 133.5, Alpaca 2 uniform. Miami Center, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening, maintaining flight level 330.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Miami Center, good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now begun our approach to Miami. At this time, we kindly ask everyone to return to their seats, stow your tray tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Please note that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
We're currently proceeding direct to Sandbar, and we're on the descent. We're 98 miles outside of Miami.
Good afternoon, folks. From the cockpit, starting a slow descent at this time. We would like to ask you to return to your seats, fasten up your seatbelts for the duration of the flight. What a pleasure having you on board with us. Thanks for flying with Delta today. Like a flight attendant, go ahead and prepare the cabin for arrival, please.
All right, slow descent. We're Kiki. Beautiful. It's beautiful out here. All right. Okay. Won't take long to get down either. We're about 270. We're direct to Sandbar, where we'll line up for our approach to 09. get our lights set. I'm still leaving it on medium. Good. Brian, would you give us an approach briefing, please?
We'll be arriving in Miami on runway 9er using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Sandbar 3 arrival. Transition level is 8,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 9er. Weather at arrival shows wind 070 at 9er knots. Few clouds at 3,200 feet. Overcast at 7,000 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. For any abnormalities, we'll communicate with ATC and execute a go-around or missed approach as needed. Squawk code remains 4415 and approach frequency will be 124.025. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate terminal E20. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
I'm not sure why he's rushing me. VNAV's rushing so much, but we may have to intervene here. Yeah, I think we will. I don't like it. That's ridiculous. We don't need a 3,200 feet per minute. Are you kidding me? Come on. That was crazy. But I am 50. I mean, I'm now 50 miles outside. But I think that's pushing it a little bit. So I would rather cut my speed back. Go at about 2,000 feet per minute.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Miami departure on 118.1. Contact Miami departure on 118.1. Alpaca 2 uniform. Miami departure, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening, descending to 15,000.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Miami departure. Good evening, Miami altimeter 299er8, cleared leg transition. Expect the ILS runway 9er approach into Miami.
Good evening, Miami altimeter 299er8, cleared leg transition, expecting ILS runway 9er approach. Alpaca 2 uniform.
Okay. All right. And I think we are set up for leg transition. Much better. And we'll be hitting the leg transitions. Good. I'm going to go ahead and bring up landing lights. I do not like the way it ran away with, kind of ran away on the speed. There, that was not okay.
Alpaca 9-2 uniform, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descending and maintaining 3,000, Alpaca 2 uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Miami. At this time, we kindly ask that you turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Please ensure your tray tables are stowed away, your seats are in the full upright position, and your seat belts are securely fastened. Our assigned gate is Terminal E20. We appreciate your cooperation and thank you for flying with us today. Our crew will now check that everyone is seated and has fastened their seat belts.
Right, I'm gonna.
Alpaca 9-2 uniform, direct grid. Cleared for the ILS runway 9er approach, leg transition.
Direct grid, cleared ILS runway 9er approach, leg transition, Alpaca 2 uniform.
Miami departure, radar contact, direct room.
I know he says direct, clear direct grid, but leg. We really need to be. We need leg. We need leg. So.
Alpaca 9-2 uniform, speed below 250 knots.
I'm working on it. Wow, we're close. It looked just like this, by the way. What about this? This is about. We actually came in at. I was probably about this time of the day. Yesterday, about 24 hours ago. Okay, we're about to hit leg. Well, very good. As soon as we get to leg, we are going to start transitioning. Making our turn, and I am going to activate approach. Flaps 1. Flaps 2, flaps 3. That's flap 5, excuse me. 5. We're 13 miles out from the airport.
Alpaca 92 uniform, contact Miami Tower on 118.3.
Contacting Miami Tower on 118.3, Alpaca 2 uniform.
What's wrong?
Miami Tower, Alpaca 2 uniform, evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 9er.
Alpaca 2 uniform, Miami Tower. Roger, continue approach runway 9er. Alpaca 2 uniform, Miami Tower, wind 070 at 9er. Runway 9er cleared to land.
Alpaca 2 uniform.
I never was able to capture. So I'm just gonna have to hand fly it in. I don't know why. At this point, I don't know why. I made my approach, but it's not working. I know exactly why it's not working. It may or may not be too late for this, but I'm gonna try.
Contact departure.
I have a headwind. I wouldn't say that was a stable approach.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alpaca 92 uniform. Contact ground on 121.8.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Miami
welcome
ground,
to
Alpaca
Miami.
2 uniform,
We
cleared
hope you
runway
enjoyed
9er.
your
Good
flight
evening,
with
ready
us.
to
Did you
taxi
know
to the
that
gate.
Miami is known for its vibrant culture
Miami
and
ground,
beautiful
Alpaca 2
beaches?
uniform, evening. We're
It's
clear of
also
runway
home to
9er
the
and ready to
largest
taxi to the
collection of
gate.
Art Deco architecture in the world. Thank you for
Alpaca 2 uniform, Miami ground, taxi to terminal E gate 20 via Tango 7, Tango uniform, hold short of runway 30, then Quebec uniform, good day.
Steve Good, First Officer Brian Song, and the entire crew. We wish you a pleasant stay in Miami. The local
Terminal
time
E
here
gate
is
20 via
6:26
Tango
in the
7,
evening.
Tango uniform,
If you
holding
have
short
a
of runway
connecting
30,
flight,
then
please listen
Quebec
closely.
uniform. Alpaca
Flight
2 uniform.
250 to New York City. Departs at 7:45 from Gate D. Flight 150 to Los Angeles. Departs at 8:15 from Gate E. Thank you.
Okay, so that really wasn't the final approach, or the that last 3,000 feet. Really wasn't a stable approach, or it wasn't. It wasn't.
American 5 Whiskey Mike with information whiskey on board at gate Delta 34. Request clearance to Cancun.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
One other thing is, if I would have followed the checklist, I would have had the frequency checked off, and I wouldn't have had those issues that I had. So, my fault. All my fault. The passengers wouldn't have never known, but I did. Not good. Hey, buddy. Alright, I'm coming. Here, I'll. Got you. Alright. First things first, GPU and chocks. We're on GPU power. We're bringing down the engines. Cabin lighting is white bright. And lights are off. And close out this flight. Flight delayed 3 minutes, max 15 after schedule is allowed. So it knocked off a little bit. Anything else you didn't like? What was our landing? We came in at 184 feet per minute on the landing. Great touchdown. We stayed center line. All good.
Southwest 1421, cleared to Seattle, Washington, by the Hurricane 4 departure, and is filed. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 320, 1 minute after departure. Departure on 118.1, squawk 2556.
I don't have the jetways working right now. Let me see what's wrong. How about if I go to the plugin, we go to SAM, open SAM, dock jetway. What's that? Anything? Anything happen? Nope, it won't. Okay, let's go ahead and watch a replay. And welcome to Miami. All right. And that was a good flight. Why is that there? Okay, anyway. We have a jetway. All right, we'll see y'all on the next flight. It's good.